Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome to an honest review of 2019's Midsommar, directed by Ari Aster. There's going to be some spoilers ahead, so you have been warned.
Just a quick mandatory reminder that you can subscribe to us on all your favourite podcast services as well as YouTube, so please do hit like and subscribe wherever you're listening or watching, because it really does help us out. Anyway, Kofi, tell us what this one's about, mate.
On this one, a group of mates travel to Sweden together to visit their mate's hometown called whatever the fucking hell. I think.
Make it up. Just make it up quick.
Fucking Schwagelblatt for some sort of festival. I think it's some sort of festival anyway.
It's Fagelblatt Fest.
Yeah. It starts off all nice and friendly, and things turn into like a weird initiation into a cult, leading to ritualistic sacrifices and weird fucking breathing.
Yes, a hell of an initiation for you there.
Everyone in this film looks like their name is probably Svarvolgart as well, doesn't it? Let me introduce you to my friends Fen and Svargulfart.
Fucking Henrik Larsson up the back. Oh, Jesus.
Hello, my name is Oscar Sundqvist, and I like burning dead bears.
Oh, I'm from Sweden and I really like to sweep.
We're one step away from the chef off the Muppets, like, Ernie. Oh my god. Yes, so this is the follow-up project of the mind behind Hereditary, so you can expect some really weird fucking stuff, starting right away with, oh god, what a scene this is. So you've got the main character in the film, Danny, and her sister is, like, off the radar. Like, she can't get a hold of her and doesn't know what the fuck's happened to her. And we just see a fucking horrible moment.
She's just sucking on an exhaust pipe, isn't she?
Yeah.
Just hitting it like a bong.
While hotboxing her parents' bedroom as well.
It's horrible.
It is. It's really nasty how it's set up, and you've just got like the dark lit house, but you've got the red lights of the fucking like emergency vehicles just blaring the house up. Cool scene to open up with. And then we spend the rest of the film in the fucking daylight in a beautiful Midsommar.
What a lovely Midsommar!
Midsommar.
Yes, in Schwagelflochten. And
Schwagelflocken, yeah.
Why does it change every time we say it?
It just gets more and more Swedish.
So like Danny and her like boyfriend are going a little bit on the ropes. They're a little bit rocky in their relationship right now, but the boyfriend and all his pals are going to Schwagelkopfen
Fest.
And Danny like decides to tag along, so we spend the rest of the film in this community.
They're kind of introduced, aren't they, by them all being given some mushrooms to take, which just absolutely fucks the lot of them up. She starts thinking everyone's laughing at her. It becomes really evident that it's not really like a hippie festival, and it's more of kind of a cult festival. Well, the whole film, again, like I guess a bit like Hereditary, is filled with foreshadowing. Yeah, even like the tapestry at the beginning basically shows the entire plot of the film in the tapestry.
Yeah.
It's Ari Aster, innit? He loves like subtleties throughout the start of the film when she was with Christian and their relationship was a bit rocky. Like every time you saw her, she was in clothes that didn't fit very well.
Yes, yeah.
And then she went to the festival and started to fit in a bit more, and then her clothes got a better fit each time that she changed. And I think that's just him doing his little subliminal thing to show that she actually is starting to feel like she fits in somewhere, because their relationship was fucking garbage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He just, like, he had to stay with her because he felt bad that her family had died, like, all of them.
It's sort of like about her sense of community, really, because there's a point where she talks to the Swedish guy who originally invited everyone to the village. He says everyone deserves a family, like, doesn't matter who you are, you deserve to be part of something bigger. And since she's got nothing back at home, like she's lost her parents, she's lost her sister, her boyfriend fucking hates her, that's what sort of becomes the catalyst for Danny to open up and become ultimately part of the community at the end of the film, right? Now we're in the village, we start getting more weird parts of how they live their life, because when we first see them, it's all fucking daisies and fucking happiness and sunlight, but then over time things get progressively really, really weird. And the first time it kind of shows that, in my opinion, is the tapestry, which it just shows you like, oh, here you go, here's a little love story. And and it's just a girl who cuts off her pubes and feeds them to someone.
I think that's the stick out part of the tapestry, but if you look on it like properly, you see the fucking pubes being chopped because it's the most weird part of it, but it sets up for later on in the film when one of the girls makes a love potion for Christian and tries to get him interested in her.
Yes.
They're all in this festival for a long time, and they're talking about all of their rituals that they do to keep people happy, and they see the end of life as you should end your life in comfort, you shouldn't wither away, and they're just like, right, we're going to go stare at a mountain now, and the May Queen and her partner or whatever are going to be up there. And even though it was painfully obvious what was about to happen, it was still a shock when they jumped off the cliff.
Oh, it's fucking nasty,
I
innit?
felt it.
They didn't cut anything away from the brutality of it.
So then they stepped in and fucking malleted him, didn't they? Because he survives the fall.
They take a shot and then pass it to the next person to take a shot, and you feel each blow of that hammer just crushing his skull even more, don't you? And then the only thing that I can kind of liken it to is those videos online where people are smashing watermelons and it looks exactly like that, and it's just
it's brutal, man. It's so graphic.
it's like silent, isn't it, as well? Like it's silent other than that one woman like screaming in the background.
The way it sets things up, like for Danny and Christian, it shows how their relationship is not good. Again, she's like very obviously upset about it, and he's a bit shocked, but he's like, Danny, are you okay? And she's like, I need to go, I need to get out of here. And he's like, yeah, okay, see you in a bit. He thinks that he's like helping her by telling her relax, but really he's just like, okay, you go deal with this by yourself because I'm not interested in your emotions, really.
I think, is it like the community can sort of emotionally chain together? Because you've got that thing where like Danny cries and then all the girls in the room cry, but then you've got Christian, who by this point has had ginger pubes getting onto him, and then he's just banging her on the ground, and then the rest of the people in the room are orgasming around. Yeah. So it's like they all sort of link together, and it comes back to that breathing thing of like the thing, like shark bait.
I was gonna say
Salgenblad.
Oh, film ruined. I'm never watching this again. Oh. There's a great fucking scene later on, probably my favourite scene in the film, where it's the May Queen like maypole dance, where the whole village just has to dance around this fucking pole. Like it lasts for like hours. Whoever is the last woman standing becomes the May Queen. But it's just got this awesome song playing throughout it. Like there's a little band at the side. It's like something off The Witcher or something. I'll play a clip of it now because I've had it in my head ever since I watched it. And there it is.
Oh, so fast.
I know, it's very quick. 7-second rule, boys. What I like about the scene is how it's shot, because it shows you only Danny's perspective.
Yeah.
So she's like spinning around everyone. She doesn't know this ritual. She's just been introduced to it in the moment. So you feel her like stress and you feel her like anxiety. But then when she gets into it and she's like having a good time, you feel that as well. So it's just really well put together. I proper liked it, mate.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Yeah, and I think that the community and the cult itself is just like really interesting.
It just adds a whole nother dimension to the film, doesn't it? For me, I love these kind of films, and as I say, I think without those things in it, it probably would have been not great for me, but I certainly liked the way it looked. I think it was good. It wasn't like a traditional horror. It was quite different to a lot of films that I've watched or we've watched together, and those things certainly like interested me way more. So for me, I'd rate this pretty highly, like an 8.
Easy. It's a top end film. Like for me, like I really enjoyed it. I think there's not much that I can actually pick apart out of the film. There's not like anything that I can see as a mistake or a plot hole. Like that, it just everything seems to fit.
I love just the concept of Midsommar and the direction it takes it with the community and things. Even the finale, we haven't haven't even touched on the finale, because it's just Christian legging it round the village, finding the remains of all his mates. You've got his one mate who's been like buried in the ground, so his like legs just sticking out the ground. The English guy who's hanging up in the barn with like his lungs exposed.
Mental. That's still breathing as well. Like,
yeah, and it's like his eyes have been switched out with like flowers. Really just freaky. And then of course you've got like the main finale of the big yellow pyramid. The British girl, she's now being filled with like soil and plants. And then you've got the guy who's filled with straw and dressed up like a jester. And then yeah, you get the iconic finish of Christian being put inside a full bearskin suit.
it's crazy. I love Ari Aster, and I can't wait for his next project to be released, just because the first two have been so similar but so far apart from each other that they're just enjoyable to watch.
His next project is going to be, I think he said it's going to be something like a 4-hour nightmare comedy starring Joaquin Phoenix.
No way.
What?
It's called Disappointment Boulevard. Oh my god, I cannot wait to see what the hell happens with it. But sadly, he's not. That's a bad segue. I'll try this again.
Sadly, he's not being burned alive inside of a bear.
Yes, thanks, Corf. There's a level 73 segue for you right there. But there you go. That was overall our honest thoughts and feelings about 2019's Midsommar. Did you enjoy this film? Did you spot anything in the review we've pointed out that you never noticed before? Or do you have any other cool things that you've identified? Let us know in the comments below. And join us next time for another Friday of Fright Time. Cheers, community!
Goodbye.
Fuck's sake.
That was slick, wasn't it?
I think we should just fade out to you two laughing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop now.
No, this is in. It's made the episode.
Fucking sick. Well, press the subscribe button, press the like button, press the comment button, type the buttons on your button basket,
Jesus
and do some buttons.
Press-
Thanks.
Press
Goodbye.
the Svengel button.